Hello, Shrewdness. Welcome back. We are going to do this week's Royals update for you, for all our Kansas City Royals faithful. And after last week, we're not going to say we told you so, but someone's up that we called. That's right. Jack Caglione has gone from AA to AAA. We are pumped about that, but not everything's been going to plan. So we are kind of in a better spot 1 week ago than we are today, but that's all right. We're going to run you through it all, and mostly it's because the division is so hot. So
it's on fire, man.
The AL Central, we have the team with the most wins, Detroit Tigers, which, where did that come from? We knew they were good last year. It's not that we didn't know, but we didn't think as a whole that they would be this good. So they are
31-17, man. Yeah. Come on.
They're 14 games over 500, and it's early. So that's really good. And then the Twins went on a run where they won 13 straight. So they finally dropped one yesterday, I believe. And then they also lost Buxton and Correa to the IL. So they will probably suddenly start going the other way for about a week. And then the Royals, we're sitting there just fine, a half game ahead of the Cleveland Guardians, 27-22. The Royals are sitting in third place, right in the thick of it. And frankly, if they're in any other division, they'd be in first or second place. So I think they're in a pretty good spot. But Chiz, what have we seen go on this last week with the Royals? Why are they losing games now? What's going on?
Well, here's the deal. When you only score about 3 runs a game on a good night, it's going to be tough to win games. And there's going to have to be some stuff addressed fundamentally with this team if we're going to make a serious run. The pitching's phenomenal. It continues to be phenomenal. It has not fallen off. We actually made a move this week that I was happy to see. We let Chris Stratton go. We'd given that guy many opportunities. Since the trade. His 7.94 ERA is no longer. So the only thing,
bunkmate Hunter Renfroe with him.
Oh, okay. So this was going to be one of my points. Okay, you lit my fuse, Dex. You lit my fuse because I got a Hunter Renfroe rant on cue here. I don't know what it takes. Yes. Cue the Hunter Renfroe rant. Okay. I do not know what it takes. 33-year-old Hunter Renfroe right now is batting 173. He has 4 RBIs in 107 plate appearances. 4 RBIs in 107 plate appearances. He has 5 doubles and no home runs. What does this man have to do to get DFA'd? Does he have to go up to bat wearing an SS uniform, slap a baby with a summer sausage across the face? What does it take to get this guy off the team? I don't understand. No one else has this kind of rope. I mean, I don't get how you continue to throw this guy out there. Now, they are at least not playing him every day. I will give him that. Yeah. But they're still playing. He shouldn't play. No other team would play this guy.
Yeah, what's that?
He's a power hitter with no home runs.
What's his wins below replacement right now? Because he doesn't have a WAR.
He is the lowest WAR on the team, minus 1.6.
That's it. He's a WIBR, not a WAR. He's got a wins below replacement.
He's minus 1.6. To put that in perspective, Chris Stratton was only minus 0.5, and we cut his butt. He only lost us half a game this year. Renfroe just existing has already put us 2 games back in a division that we cannot be 2 games more back in. So, there are plenty of options at this point. It's blind loyalty. I love Q. I love generally how he's handled the team since he's taken over. But at some point, you have to cut bait. And a 33-year-old journeyman outfielder is not going to get better at this point. He is only going to get worse. And I don't care. I know there's the people out there that are like, hey, we're going to cut him here. Somebody's going to pick him up. He's going to go on a hot streak middle of the summer.
So
fine.
Yeah.
Take him.
So did
I don't
ODOT.
care.
So did ODOT. And I'm fine with that too. But I just feel like to me, the Thelma and Louise car was having Stratton and Renfroe heading off the cliff together. I wish they would have just kept him in the car together to go off.
Totally.
Blaze of glory. It just fall off the cliff because you're already kind of there.
I mean, so my favorite stat of ineptitude is that, okay, He's scored 2 runs in the last 3 games, right? Before that,
How?
before the last 3 games, 87 at bats, 2 runs scored
Oh.
versus Dairon Blanco, 3 at bats and 2 runs scored.
That's a great stat.
To be fair to Hunter, though, Dairon Blanco probably started on base, and Hunter can't get on base. It doesn't count when you get a free pass.
I would have to go back and look, but I might be able to challenge you on that, Dex, because
he got on by himself.
I think he got on by himself for at least one of those.
Yeah, well, he's got 1 hit, and so that alone, I mean, he's got.
I think you're right. I think he had no hits and 2 runs scored in 3 at bats or something, and
still
Renfroe.
Still though,
managed 2 runs himself on the first 6 weeks of the season.
You're not giving anything to the team other than, I don't even know. Does he hopefully brings the water jug up and doesn't spill it?
I don't 4 know. RBIs out of a corner outfielder. Freddie Fermin has played 29 games and he's got 6 RBIs. I mean, come on. Like this is absurdity at this point. So I do like the only outfielder that has done anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. Drew Waters has done okay. Drew Waters hit 270. Hey, he's a perfectly replaceable level outfielder. Fine. You got to have one of those on your team. Fine. Kyle Isbell, props to Kyle Isbell.
Yeah.
He's still hitting 278. If the dude knew how to take a pitch, he would be phenomenal. He's only got 2 walks in 123 plate appearances, and he's a guy with speed. If he would just take some pitches, he would be phenomenal as an outfielder. And of course, defensively, he's great. But and that's where most of his WAR comes from. He's almost a 1-point WAR at this point, and it's a lot of because of his defense. But the MVP of the team, asterisk, you can't call Bobby Witt because that's a gimme. Right,
yeah,
is Maikel Garcia.
Yes.
Hitting 306. He's hitting better than Bobby Witt from an average standpoint.
Yeah,
he's got a higher OBP than Bobby Witt.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And his slugging is actually really good. 482.
Yeah. Really close.
Especially for Maikel Garcia. I mean, are you kidding?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, Bobby Witt's 508, just to put some context to that. So
yes.
He's right there.
Like that is it's really crazy what he's delivering. We're all holding our breath because we expect the cliff, right? Because Garcia's never done this before. Now he's only 25. So he's young. He's the same age as Bobby Witt. So he could be developing into a pretty good player. And let's hope that's the case. But
I think he had some streaks last year where he'd be hot for 3 weeks and then he would be ice cold for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if you can cut out
all the slumps
2 of those 5 weeks, just make it 3 and 3 instead of 3 and 5, you'll hang. Like you'll be hitting that high all
That's
year.
right. The knock on him last year was he kind of got obsessed with wanting to hit home runs. He wanted to become more of a power guy
because
he had a streak.
First week or two, he had like 3 or 5 or something like that in the first couple of
weeks. Yeah, 3 in the first 8 games or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Maikel Garcia is he's all of a sudden, and he's not a power guy. He's a gap guy. And a gap guy's great. But when you start trying to hit home runs, you screw up your swing. And that's what happened last year.
And that's what I want to highlight about Maikel Garcia. The surprising stats to me, I mean, was kind of all of them, right? But the thing is, he has 13 doubles. He's tied with Salvi Perez, who also has 13. But Salvi's a power hitter. He probably just knock him off walls. But I think Garcia is probably knocking him through gaps. But he has 5 home runs, which is still great. Again, tied with Bobby Witt for the second place on the team behind Vinny. 20 RBIs. The thing that's standing out the most to me is 19 walks.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable because I feel like he had 19 last season. I might be totally wrong, but I don't remember him walking at all.
Probably right.
And it's probably pretty close. You guys can probably challenge me on that. But I like the fact he has 10 stolen bases too. He's running. He's taking pitches. He's hitting gaps. He's not trying to do too much. This kid might be settling in. So I think when he got told Nolan Arenado might be coming to take your spot this year, that dude, he took it to fire under my butt.
He took it serious.
He did the opposite of MJ Melendez.
He did. He did the exact opposite of MJ. I do think the fact that he has been as reliable as he has been the only reason that the Royals have been able to stay in. Now, I will say Pasquatch has turned it on in the last couple of weeks. His timing's back. The power stroke seems to be there. He's still leading the the team in RBIs. He's as clutch as it gets. When you get a guy on second or third, you want Pasquatch up there because he finds a way to get him in.
Yeah,
he's now got 8 home runs. I love Freddie Fermin, the way he plays off the bench. I think he is a great spot start guy. He's never going to be an everyday guy probably, but he brings a lot of energy to the team. And India has been a disappointment. There's no other way to say it. We expected more out of India coming in, but he's come on a bit as of late too.
He's not horrible. I'm not upset.
No.
I'm not Hunter Renfroe upset.
No.
So
no,
it's too early.
He has a lot of leash left. There's a lot of runway left for Jonathan India, and it hadn't even heated up yet. Once the trip into June and July. Now, if we get to the All-Star break and Jonathan India is still batting 240, just muddling around, I don't know.
It's tough, but then you look at his competition and honestly, you would just start Massey over him? No. You're not going to start Massey over him.
That's right. You don't do that. I mean, he has no competition to take his spot.
No. I mean, so I don't think it's bad to have him in the lineup, especially because he walks more than anybody on the team.
Yeah,
he fights. He gets long at bats, and on a team that has historically not done that, has swung early in counts and given pitchers an out and let them go through 8 innings because their pitch count's so low. He alone can get a 10 pitch at bat pretty easily the way he battles. So I do like that about him. And I think he'll come on. I do
too. I still want, do you guys, like we talked about last week though, it still hasn't happened. I still want to see it happen. I still want Bobby Witt in the leadoff spot.
I know.
I just think it would be, and then there's still India in the second spot. He'll still be up there to eat up some pitches, and maybe he'd benefit from having someone, I don't know, on base ahead of him. He has something else to think about. He's got to hit to the right side to move him over, left side, whatever the case may be, where he is. I don't know.
The other thing about him too, Dex, to your point, is if you put Witt in leadoff spot and India in the second spot, he's going to battle and he's going to take pitches, and there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Bobby to steal.
Yes.
So you're not up there with a guy who's swinging all the time at everything.
Yeah,
he's fine. India's fine going down 0-2.
Yeah,
he's not rattled down 0-2. I've seen him battle back from 0-2 multiple times. So if you want to run, and the Royals at their best are a running team because they're not going to hit a ton of home runs.
Yep.
Start causing some chaos a little bit. I'd like to see it. Salvi still hasn't come on. No. It's a little concerning. He's starting to hit the ball harder. This weekend, I watched a couple games. He hit the ball really hard right at people. So there's some signs that he may be breaking out of his slump. But 218 out of Salvi with 2 home runs is not anything close to what we're used to.
No.
I don't think he's done yet.
He got up to such a hot start last year that seems like a really big red flag to me. I hope this is.
That's right.
Gonna be.
I'm a little worried about it, but the thing I'm most worried about is the fact that we have 2 starting pitchers on the IL now.
At least it's not our top 2, though. Oh wait,
right? Oh wait,
SP1, SP2.
We talked about the fact that the strength of this team is in the starting pitching, and as long as it was good, we were going to be good. Well, this is going to be tested. Because now Cole Reagans has got a strained groin. And this groin I'm nervous about because he missed a start earlier because he had a groin issue.
That's what got Noah Cameron to start.
It's coming. The fact that it's back again, it makes me super nervous. Yeah, and then to have Cy Lugo follow him on the DL. So now the only good thing is Noah Cameron got called up again. By the way, Noah Cameron is the first pitcher. I saw this stat. The first pitcher to ever have his first 2 starts go more than 6 innings and not allow a run in Major League history. So who would have thought Noah Cameron was that guy? So he's started incredibly well. They've called up a guy to make a spot start. I believe he's going to start tomorrow from AAA, and it's a guy that has not dominated AAA. I'll just say that when we
just
talk
his
about
turn in the rotation.
It's Luinder Avila, and you probably haven't heard of him, but Luinder's got
hear from him again.
This might be his one cup of coffee. He's got a 4.74 ERA at AAA, so he's not lights out by any means. He's going to get called up. He's going to have a shot. If hopefully this is only 1 or 2 spot starts for Luinder. and then we get one of those guys back, because Bubic is on fire. He is Cy Young worthy the way he's pitched so far. Waka has been very good with a 2.86 ERA, and Lorenzen with 3.76. Gosh, that's nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Like, the rest of the starters are great. Now that we got rid of Stratton in the bullpen, they called up Evan Sisk, who had a really good outing early in the year, and the bullpen looks nails. It looks nails right now. Like, I don't want to face anybody out of the pen.
So Chisholm, I got a question for you. So because we got these pitchers going down, where is Kyle Wright? Is he anywhere close to being able to help this team, like in the next couple of weeks, ready, or is we still looking like midsummer for him?
It's midsummer. He has not had long starts so far.
Okay.
They haven't been able to stretch him out yet. I think probably July earliest we could see Kyle Wright. It would be nice, but I don't think he's ready, and I think that it's probably going to be a July-August timing for him.
Okay. Then our guy last year, that right when I started saying 5-guy last year, his name just fell right out of my brain. Who is that guy close? I know he's coming back too.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you wouldn't have done that, I would have remembered him too. He was
like
wild.
On the edge of my tongue.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Alec Marsh.
Yes.
He had a bit of a setback. In early April. He's still in Arizona doing rehab, so he's probably a ways away too. Wright, just so you know, the latest update on Wright is he's doing he actually threw a side session a couple days ago and is hoping to get back into another game in the next weeks. He's still a little bit ways away. And then our old buddy James MacArthur the general was actually transferred to the 60-day DL because he hasn't really progressed from his surgery and is not throwing yet. So he's probably not going to be a piece of the bullpen until the end of the year if he gets a shot this year at all. And the good news, we didn't talk much about it. The good news on Reagan's and Lugo, it's not great on Reagan's left groin strain. I don't love it, but he does think he'll be ready in 2 weeks. Lugo is just a finger sprain. So that is not, that's not horrible. I think that shouldn't be horrible.
So what'd you do to your finger?
Right?
Hand?
Yeah, it's a right third finger sprain.
Which
so
one?
The middle finger is the one that he hurt somehow. I don't know what he was doing, but
we don't even want to speculate. Let's just move on.
We're not going to speculate. That's right.
All right. What's going on down on the farm?
Hang on, one more question for you, Chiz. What about Daniel Lynch? Is it possible to have him as an opener?
It's a fascinating thought, Prue. I have to say, I've thought of it as well. He's had here's the thing. I think they're afraid to mess with him because right now he's doing so well out of the pen.
I know.
Don't mess with him.
That I think that they're like, God, we have been through hell and back with you, and you're doing well. So, like, honestly, I think if they mess with anyone, and everyone's gonna cringe when I say this, but it's true. If they're gonna bring anybody out of the pen to potentially do a spot start or an opener, it's gonna be Angel Zerpa. And it's because he was a starter earlier in his career.
Don't need that.
Okay.
And Dexter says no to that.
No.
but I can potentially see Angel Zerpa doing it because it wouldn't be.
It's making my lip go up.
What if Zerpa musters his way through 3 batters and then you bring in Lynch? Be like, okay, you're
there you
relieving.
There you go.
You're still
I like this plan.
Just go as long as you can. 3 more innings,
right?
Would be great.
Yeah, my Zerpa leash is getting short.
Yeah, mine is too. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, one more injury update. Hunter Harvey, he is throwing live bullpen tomorrow. So he's starting his progression back too. So hopefully we'll have him back in the next few weeks as well. He'd be a great piece for us to have in the bullpen. So we do have a lot of guys hurt that could help this team pitching, and we don't need that much pitching given what we have. We just got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. So let's go do our farm report. Down on the farm.
Down the farm. Well, the one I wanted to talk about was Luinder Avila, who is coming up to make his start. I hope that Luinder impresses more than he has at Omaha, but I think it's going to be one of those hold your breath and hope you can get 4. And if we could get 4 at Luinder and patch together the bullpen, that would be a huge W. He's not horrible. He's just not super exciting. Frank Mazzucato, who we've talked about, got promoted this week. Told you the highly drafted, highly touted lefty has now advanced. So that's super exciting and a great progression for him. And so then we've had
AAA now. Then
he's up to AA now.
AA. Okay.
Yep. So he's one to watch for sure. I'm really excited because in single A in his 7 starts, a 1.24 ERA. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then Hunter Pattison continues his hot streak. This is a guy who was drafted in the 5th round a couple of years ago, out of Central Florida. We were very, there was a lot of like, I don't know about this guy. He's been middling, but this season, man, something's clicked. He's got a 1.54 ERA in 8 games, and a very good strikeout rate. So all those are looking good. On the batter side, Jack in AAA.
Jack, baby.
Tonight he's making his debut. I was going to see if anything has happened thus far. I'll pull that up while we're looking.
You should almost pull up our clip from last week.
Yeah,
give yourself a little
right
street cred. I don't know.
I can't reach through and like pat Chiz on the back, but he totally called that one a week ago.
It was amazing to see.
He was too hot to leave alone in AA. You had
he was tearing it up. I mean, you had to bring the guy up. If you look at what he did to AA pitching, 322, 9 home runs, 8 doubles, 43 RBIs in 38 games. Wowzers.
Yeah.
Have you heard where he's going to be playing yet? I hope it's right field.
What position?
Unfortunately, tonight he's starting first base. So I don't know if the thought is, that if he comes up, he's DHing.
Well, I don't like that either.
I don't either, but
Salvi does enough DH. The thing is, the problem with him going to first base or DH is that those are kind of needed for mean some at bats, get Salvi some days off his knees. Yep. I don't want him really doing that. I want him to be in right field where he can pinch somebody that doesn't need to be there.
I'm the same way. I
don't might be worse than Bear on skates in right field, though. That's got to be something like that they're.
That's what I'm wondering.
That's true, though.
Surely somebody has thought of this, Dax, and not just us.
Surely, right? Because, it's crazy to me that a guy who's got that kind of bat at this point in time would not they've only played him out there a couple games. I didn't see him live. I'm not exactly sure how it went, but they definitely have not continued to do it.
The Strato card must have gone 5E40 plus 5. No, he's going to have a -5 arm for your Strato guys out there.
Right. He's definitely going to have a -5 arm.
Upper 90s as a pitcher.
Right.
So, yeah,
that's right.
I really do hope that after this season, if they can just let him throw a little bit, how cool would we have a two-way player? You don't need to be Shohei. I don't even want to be Shohei. That's too much pressure. But to just be able to come in and throw the 6th inning. Go from first base to the 6th inning. He's like, I'll just pitch this real quick, boys. I got you. Then head on back to first base. Who cares?
Yeah, right.
That'd be fun.
I would love to see. it. I do think there is still some opportunity there. By the way, on his first game tonight, he is 1 for 3 thus far.
That's right.
So he is. He's picking up where he left off. No home run, but we'll forgive him for his first 3 bats. AAA not having a home run. I also wanted to call.
He's already 300 hitter at AAA.
He's already 300 hitter. Move him up. It's time to bring him up.
Yep, I mean, I've seen all I need to see.
I've seen it. I do wonder if they're thinking DH, because right now the only thing we have going for us is Salvi is the DH when he's not catching. So you would lose Salvi at bats, which you don't want to do. But when Salvi is catching, a lot of times you're DHing somebody like Kevin Biggio right now.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't feel much like a DH to me. I mean, it's not. So I don't know. I did want to call out two guys too on the hitting side. I always got to give shout out to our man Asbel Gonzalez, 18-year-old shortstop at Single A. He's picked back up on the stolen base train. He's got 35 stolen bases now in 36 games. Nice. So he's still pacing nicely and still hitting 326. That's not too shabby.
No.
For an 18-year-old, I'm really excited about him. And then a guy I got to get a shout out to who's never going to get any credit. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to him. He's a AAA shortstop. How would it feel to be the AAA shortstop for the Kansas City Royals right now?
Let me tell you. I need a window. I just need a quick window to get in there.
If you're like, and Cam Devaney, God bless Cam Devaney. He's hitting 303 this year. He's got 7 home runs, 32 RBIs at the shortstop position.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. But he's 28.
He can play second base. He could look real good at the Keystone.
Right.
That was my initial thought too, Dex. Like, what's wrong with the other side of second base?
It's not a bad idea, right? If you throw him over there because he's 28. He's one of these guys that has been been in the minors for quite a while. He's having a great season. I'd love to see him get a shot. He's not going to get a shot, but I wanted to give him a shout out because it's got to be hard being the shortstop behind Bobby Witt Jr. in the system.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's not a fun thing.
All right, let's pivot. Is there anybody else you want to talk to before we pivot on to our final portion that we do every single week?
Nope. That's the story for the Royals this week.
That's what I wanted to highlight. So as we go into our Matt Cronin update, I got my Tacoma Rainiers.
This dude right here. This guy's a true fan. He is.
I got you, Matty.
He is repping. By the way, I that Rainiers hat is sharp.
It is awesome.
I really like that. That is that's a cool hat.
Yeah, we took the office out for a group outing last year, and this was one of the things you got. You have to pick whether you want a hat or a shirt.
So nice.
Yeah, they're sweet.
That's really cool. I like that. Well, Matt is still kicking some butt in AAA. He did give up his first run in AAA, unfortunately, but so far since he's been promoted, he's got a .79 ERA and 11 1/3 innings. He's given up 7 hits,
That's
7
impressive.
Ks.
Any decisions?
And he's got some holds. He's got 3 holds.
Nice.
But no decisions. And no, I'm wrong. He's 2-0. He's 2-0 since he got to Tacoma. Nice. So he's 2-0 with 3 holds. And on the season between AA and AAA, .93 ERA. So great start to the season for Matt. Bring him up. It's time. Yep. Bring him up.
Matt Cronin. You heard it here first. Let's go. That's it.
Call for the lefty.
Well, keep up the work, Matty. We love it. We're going to keep updating everybody on you every single week. And then
that's right.
All you got to do is nothing. We're just going to keep watching and talking about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's Royals. Wrap it up. Parappa the Rapper. Man, speaking of a great game. All right. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Royals Update. So stay tuned with us for next week. Let's hope the Royals have a little bit better week than the last week. Hopefully the bats can come alive. They can find a little fire and a little thunder in there. And hopefully, as we talked about with old Brett Jones last week, that June date, that weird random floating date when you get to keep another year of control is coming up soon, Royals fans. I think that's all we need. We need Jack to not be in a weird slump, be doing what we know he can do. Then magically, this weird June date comes and he'll be suddenly in the lineup.
That'd be pretty sweet to see.
So let's do a little bit of that. Thank goodness. Let's go, Jack. Stay hot. But until next time, Royals fans, stay shrewd.
Stay shrewd.
Take care, y'all.